Hey guys, my name is Koushik and welcome back to LetCode. Today we have a bad news, and the news is Protractor is going to be deprecated in the year of 2022, that is next year. In our channel, we have learned so many things around the JavaScript, the TypeScript, and of course the Protractor, where I have almost 90 plus videos. Now, if it's going to be deprecated, of course, a lot of people is going to be feel bad on this because we know that we are using Protractor for a while, for a couple of years, and of course, if a API is getting deprecated, there will be less job opportunity as well, right? So in this video, I'm going to explain why the Protractor is getting deprecated and what should be our next move to enhance our learning or to maybe implement in our project. So let's get started. Protractor was created in the year of 2013 by the Angular team. Now, when I say about Angular, you should know that there are majorly two versions of Angular. One is the Angular JS and another one is the Angular. The Angular JS version is written completely on the JavaScript, and the Angular is basically written completely on the TypeScript. So we know that Protractor is a wrapper around the Selenium WebDriver, and it uses a mechanism called control flow to make the asynchronous code as a synchronized. But in the latest release of Selenium 4, the control flow mechanism has been removed completely. That means, of course, Protractor now cannot leverage the control flow. So even now we know that JavaScript has evolved a lot, and we can use the async and await to by disabling the Selenium promise manager, we can use the async and await, and we can write all our code synchronized. But if you see the older code in any of the YouTube channels or any of the GitHub pages, you can see that they have used almost like then and catch, and because of the control flow is getting removed completely in Selenium 4, even though they try to update their code base, it is again like rewriting each and every functions, each and every code to like fresh new code, right? So that doesn't really makes any sense. So that is the major reason why Protractor is getting deprecated, because if Selenium promise manager is not there, of course it is written completely on that, and it is again rewriting the entire code, and that really makes sense to me. So getting deprecated, I think that's okay. And we have to also understand the Protractor is majorly everyone noticed it because of the Angular specific locator, right? So if you talk about the model, the binding, the repeater, or few other locators, that was really helpful, but only for the Angular JS applications. In one of my video also, I have explained that we cannot use the model or the binding or the repeater, because in Angular, the TypeScript version, right, the Angular, we do not have such things. So of course we cannot leverage all those specific locators. And when I say about the auto waits, of course it is the same. When we are going to handle the Angular JS application, of course it's really cool. The Protractor can handle almost anything without any of the explicit wait. But when it comes to the Angular, the TypeScript version, the Angular version, again we have to go with the Protractor expected conditions, right? So there is no specific locators, there is no specific auto waits. Then what is the use of Protractor, right? This is the questions that mostly people ask, and I think that's the reason Protractor is also getting deprecated. Whatever the points I'm going to say, I'm saying here is not of my own. It's everything is written in this particular documentation from the Angular team, and I will leave a link in the description. Probably you can check it from there. Okay, so um, yeah. So what should be our next step, right? So what should be our next step? So since in your channel we have already learned the Angular, I mean not Angular, the JavaScript and the TypeScript, I think based on that we can go, right? Um, of course, you guys are also writing the code in the Protractor, so definitely you might know the JavaScript or the TypeScript, right? So I can suggest two libraries that we can use. One is the Playwright, that comes to my mind very first, and second one is the Cypress. So they have conducted some survey, and if you see, this is the result they got. So most of the people uses the Cypress, then followed by the Protractor, and after that the Selenium WebDriver, right? So of course, if you know Java and then Selenium WebDriver, you might be using, and there is no alternate for that really. But still nowadays, more the tools comes, the Selenium usage is also getting less. That is the truth actually, right? So nowadays everyone moving to the JavaScript and the TypeScript, and we have a lot of tools based on that. So if you take the Playwright, if you take the Cypress, the WebDriver IO, or whatever the new technologies you say, that are mostly coming on the JavaScript and the TypeScript version. But whereas Playwright has almost like all the bindings, though they support now the Java, the C# and the Python as well, right? And recently we in our channel also started the Playwright series, where I think mostly I'm going to cover on the TypeScript. So all the detailed tutorials will be coming in upcoming few couple of months. I will try my best to deliver all those stuff, right? Okay, so that is what I wanted to say. So if you are using Protractor and it might be getting deprecated, of course we cannot use it. We can use it, but still it's not will be advisable, because there won't be any support after the 2022. So we should stop using this. Maybe this year we can use. Then we can do some POCs and we can suggest in your office or your personal project, whatever it is, right? So the two suggestions I'm giving is the Cypress or the Playwright. And why Cypress or the Playwright, or maybe the verses, we'll see that in another video. Okay, so that's it for this video. That is what I wanted to convey. So we understood why the Protector is getting deprecated, and even they have said everything like moving forward we can learn something else. So that's really doesn't make any sense. If you see the Cypress, the Playwright, Puppeteer, Selenium WebDriver, Test Cafe or WebDriver make much sense than using the Protector as of now. Okay, and there are few things we can like do the migrations. I'm not sure about it, so I'm not talking in this video. Maybe in future I will try my best to cover that as well. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you have you are able to understand like why it's getting deprecated. But you might ask me, Koushik, you have all the tutorials. Even I felt bad for that. But that really doesn't make sense here, right? Because Protractor is just a library. Under the hood, it's all about the JavaScript and the TypeScript. So you have the language power, right? So you know the language. So definitely you can learn anything very quickly. So if you already know the Java, probably you can write like if you want to handle the again the Angular applications, you have the WebDriver, uh, that particular version for the Protractor, right? So it's like ng WebDriver. Yeah, ng WebDriver. You can go with the ng WebDriver if you are comfortable with the Java. But if you are someone who is very comfort on the JavaScript or the TypeScript, then of course learning Playwright is just a API, right? Just learn the functions name, learn how to execute, how to use the test runner, how to do the report integration, how to develop the framework, and what are the framework we have created in our Protector series. That's going to be exactly same in Playwright as well, right? So there is much no differences. So if you know the language, what I'm trying to say is if you have learned the language, then moving to any another API is really easy. Okay, so with that said, final say, so whatever we have learned, it's great. And of course there will be few more videos on the Protector. So I have planned something, so definitely I have to deliver that. And yeah, it's a bad news, but take it as a positive. So you will be getting new opportunities to learn new frameworks, and that's really great, right? Okay, so with that said, let's wrap this video. We'll talk maybe in future videos. Okay, so thank you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Tada, bye bye. Take care.